All right. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for getting on. Tonight is the second part of overcoming objections. And tonight, this one is going to be when you hear somebody say, I don't have the money. So let me screen. I'm going to go through just real quickly, a real quick review of what I went over last week. Just so that for those people that haven't seen the big one. This is coming from my coach, but what this is this helps us build confidence because we all get objections. And if you feel like somebody says, I used to be like, they'd say to me, well, you know, I don't have any money. And I go, oh, okay. And I would just stop because I didn't know what to do. Now I know what to do. And so it doesn't mean that the person is going to still join us, but it does give them something you can go in another level deeper. So there are 5 common objections. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. Is this one of those pyramid schemes? I'm not a salesperson and I need to discuss this with my spouse. I am going to deal with all of these. 2 of them I'm going to lump together, but today is just the one. The thing is that when we talk about objections, that is the area of concern. We have to try and find out what that objection is. And the objection usually is just because they just don't have enough information or they don't value it. So it's not for us to like go running into the hills or freak out or try and convince them. We don't want to react, but we want to become professional. And that's what this is all about. So real quickly, it's all about AIT. A stands for aligning, which means that you hear them, that we actually listen. So like if Zeffie's going to be my role model or the person I'm going to do this with today, but if Zeffie says, I don't have any money, I have to acknowledge that. It's like, I totally understand that, Zeffie. And using her name is really key if you can do that. Or I understand exactly where you're coming from, Zeffie. All right? The second one is isolating. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that that is the only concern. And usually it's not. Usually the first excuse they give you is not really the bottom line. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. So what you want to do is you want to isolate it and go, Zeffie, other than not having money, is there any other reason that would prevent you from moving forward and joining my team? Or is there any other reason you wouldn't try buy or take a look at the new RE9 set, whether it's product or business? And then the next one is transition, T. This is where you're going to get their permission to successfully, attempt to handle their objection. And when you do this, I've never yet gotten a no, because people are curious. So what I might say is, Zeffie, would you mind if I shared with you what someone shared with me when I had the same concern, or when I said I didn't have any money and it totally changed my way of thinking? They're going to say yes. If they don't, well, then that's okay. But usually I've never yet had a no. So align, isolate, and transition. Okay. So what happens is that people will invest their time and their money in something that they see value in. A lot of times we know that when we're offering this business, people don't get it. I didn't get it, how amazing this business was. And I'm so glad the gal continually kept asking me. Now, she didn't do it appropriately, but hey, we're all better than that. She was certainly not professional, but she was talking to the right person. Okay, so last week I talked about I don't have enough time. So if you haven't heard that one, please go on Team Vision and you'll see the recording. But today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to handle the second objection, which is I don't have enough money. And the translation is I don't see the value to invest my money in your products or business yet. They just don't see it. So therefore, you're going to get that. Because if you're in America, it's $79. If you're in Australia, it's $121. And it was interesting because I ran a coffee chat yesterday with a professional woman, and she said, $79? Of course, I'm in America right now. $79, that's all this costs? You're kidding me. That is nothing. She had been in network marketing before, and she was blown away at the price. So this is what we're going to do. is when I get that, I'm going to run through a process with Zeffie. And so you're going to watch this unfold. So Zeffie, can you unmute yourself? I can't see you, but can you unmute yourself, hon?
Yep, all good.
Okay, cool. So we're at the end of the coffee chat, or I'm at the end of a presentation or something, and I say, Zeffie, would you, let's say after the end of a coffee chat, Zeffie, would you be, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you see yourself?
Maybe about a 6.
Okay, and what would you need, Zeffie, to get from the 6 up to a 10, or to like a 2 or a 3 and you become a product user?
I suppose need to know more about what's involved in the day-to-day running of the business.
Okay, all right, great. Is there any other thing that you need to know?
How much it costs.
Okay, all right, great. So I would pull out my folder, and in it would have, the ASVP packs. And so Zeffie, what I would recommend is that, to really get yourself started, you're in Australia, so it's $121. No, it's 105. It's 105, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that was New Zealand, 121. What country am I in? Okay, so for $105, you can join this business, and what this is going to do is it's going to give you access to all of our bonds information, my coaching, access to our team, and then what we recommend is that you become a product of your product. Okay, now I don't spend your money, but I'm gonna give you some recommendations. And I would estimate about $1,000 would set you up really well, but that's just one way to do it. Okay?
Yep.
All right.
Don't really have that kind of money, Lynn, to be able to start a business.
All right. Okay. So other than, now I'm going to go into the AIT. So I totally hear you, Zeffie. Okay. $1,000 is a chunk of money. Is there any other objection, or is there any other reason, Zeffie, other than the money that would stop you from joining my Arbonne team?
Well, I've never done sales before, so I think it's a lot to invest in something that I don't know if I'd be good at.
Okay, great. Okay. Now, Zeffie, would it be okay with you if I were to share what someone shared with me when I had the same concern about money?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's pretend, Zeffie, that I am a travel agent. So, Zeffie, where would you love, okay, I'm not a travel agent yet, but where would you love to go? What's your dream place that you would love to take Paul and the kids, or you probably would because you love to take your kids everywhere. Where would that be, Zeph?
Bora Bora.
Bora Bora, okay. And why do you want to go to Bora Bora?
I want one of those glass bottom huts on the water, or the Maldives.
And why that? Why do you want a glass bottom hut?
Just because I think it would be awesome to see this fish swimming by and wake up in the morning to the ocean at your door.
And what would your day be like?
Oh, I'd be swimming all day with the kids and chasing turtles and snorkeling and whatnot.
And bringing in food, would you eat your fresh fish, or would you eat on the beach, or what would that be like?
Bit of everything. Have them deliver to the hut so we wouldn't have to leave, go to the island. Yeah, a bit of everything.
Yeah, I've seen hot tubs in those places too, like, that you can, they look lovely. Yes. Okay.
Even better. Sounds great.
So you would take Paul and the kids, or would you just take Paul?
I'd have to take the kids because I don't have a babysitter, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's say, and how long would you want to go, Zeffie?
At least a week, 7 days.
Okay. So let's say you're going to go for a week. So from prices from Brisbane, okay, flying out of Brisbane to Bora Bora to get all of the, to get what you just described, how much do you think that would cost?
It's probably 20,000 is probably very expensive.
20,000? Okay. All right. Yeah. So 20,000 and that's not even probably flying first class or business coach or anything like that, but that's probably, they are pretty expensive. Okay. So Zeffie, what if I was a travel agent and I called you and said, oh my gosh, Zeffie, you have been wanting to go to Bora Bora, and I have got, I cannot believe this deal. It's the most amazing deal. As you know, this trip costs $20,000, okay? And you've talked about your swimming with the kids and the sea turtles and having room service and sleep, you know, on the beach and, oh my gosh, you know, possibly sailing and everything. Today only, it's $1,000. $1,000. How fast would you come up with that $1,000?
Yeah, you'd probably find a way.
Would you? What would you do? How would you find that $1,000?
I'm not sure. I'd have to speak to the husband about whacking it on the credit card.
Okay, so you could put it on the credit card.
Possibly, yeah.
Well, it's $20,000 for a trip of a lifetime for $1,000.
Yeah, there's good value in that.
There's good value in that. Okay, so Zeffie, really, the money to join the business really isn't the objection to joining this business, because you could come up with $1,000, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else, honey? What else is the reason? Is there another reason why you wouldn't want to join this business? Because you know you could come up with it. I haven't, and this is where you take it on you. I haven't shown you the value of what this business can do for you, because you saw the value of the Bora Bora for $1,000. I have not shown you the value of this amazing business. So I need to do that more for you. Would you be wanting to look at it even more with me?
Yeah, if you could give me some more information.
Okay, great. All right. What I want to do is I want to have you get together some people, and I'm going to run a workshop for you, or a presentation, and I'm going to show you how great this business is. Okay?
Okay.
All right. All you need to do is just get a couple people. Doesn't mean you're going to join, but I want you to try this on. I want you to see, and I'm going to do the work for you, and you're going to see how we go with this. And then we're going to talk some more. And also, if you know of anybody, we can also sit down and talk to somebody about looking at this business that you may think would be amazing in this business. Doesn't mean you're going to join yet, but let me show you.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Sounds good.
All right. So what I did with Zeffie is, when I went through the process of taking her on her trip, I made her live there. Now, Zeffie, give me some feedback. When you were describing that, what were you feeling?
Yeah, you were really feeling the emotions, and that's why straight away you could see the value in that. So it is all about showing them the value. And sometimes I like taking it from a consultant point of view now, it's hard to get across that value to people. So I suppose the follow on from this pod is, well, what's the next step to show them the value? Because some people will never get it. Right. You know, we come across that all the time, but
right.
Yeah.
You know, I'd send them INR bonds, but I would show them, I'd get some people together. And then you're gonna, you know, you don't want bums on seats. You want people, you know, that would be interested in skincare, okay,
yeah,
and or the business, so they can either they see a couple things. They see how you're working with them. They see, you know, if you sign up a consultant, or there's a consultant that wants to join them, they're like, whoa, I've got somebody already, and how you're doing it. If you did a presentation, or you did a gold bag drop off, or a couple of them, okay, using your own products, you know, they can see how easy that is, and the response, and get that and go, oh, okay, I'm trying it on.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that idea. Yeah.
So that's it. But see, I had to take you through really trying on the Bora Bora.
Yeah.
And then what it is you do have to take it back on and say, you know, when I said, you know, really you could come up with the money. I haven't. That's where you take it, because they could get defensive, like, well, hello, you know. but I haven't shown you the value of how amazing this business is that could get you to Bora Bora. I should have tagged that on. That could create this trip for you for Bora Bora. Possibly.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there, yeah. All right. So is there any other questions that anybody might have? Okay. None. Oh, look at that. Hello.
I think Alana's trying to say something, but she's muted.
Oh.
There, I'm unmuted. Okay, that was awesome, Zeph. Thank you for doing that, especially because you play hardball with Madden, and I think that's important for us not to make it easy for her, because this shit is real. These situations are real. We're all faced with it, so real is better. Lynn, if we have new people, because I am conscious we have new people on here, can you give them a suggestion about verbiage when Zeffie is the person who's trying it on? What's the verbiage that she could give to people when she's not so certain about this business? What's the verbiage she could give them in setting up the workshop when she's not certain about it?
Okay.
Because I've had that.
Yeah.
Like, I've had people say, I couldn't do what you do, but it's like, you have no idea what I do. You haven't even bothered to invite people to take a look. I miss that loop all the time because they're not transferring the right message to get people there because of their uncertainty. Does that make sense?
Okay, so let me make sure I get this right. So you got a new person. How new?
You've got someone that says, like, yeah, of course I want the money that you're on, or I want the car that you drive, but they don't necessarily, they have this perception about what I do, which is always wrong, but I need them to get people there with the right message. So we can say, oh yeah, just do host coaching, but it's not it. What's the verbiage you would use to give that uncertain person to give to their network? Do you know what I'm saying?
And they have signed or they have not signed?
No, they haven't. What Alana means is to get the bums on the seat so that you can show them what we do.
Okay, great. There's two things. Okay, one is if they haven't used the products, that's going to be a little difficult. Okay? Because if they love the products, which is like for me, I love the products. So I said to people, I love these products. I can't believe, and I hadn't signed yet. Okay. But I said, I love these products. So come and try, have a play. So that would be really easy for them to, if they fall in love with the products. If they haven't tried the products, then they're really looking at the business model, which is where we're going to get a lot of guys will look at the business model. Okay. And that's where if they're looking at the business model, then they're going to be looking to just have consultants. Right? So it would be, okay, I'm looking at this new business model. It looks really smart. It might be a fit for you, or it can't be. You don't want them to say, well, come and look at this and ask and see if I should do this. We don't want our new consultants to do that because they're valuing somebody else's opinion that doesn't know anything about network marketing. So I would say, and really this is when it comes down to the upline, Alana, is that you would want to, I'm having a coaching call with you soon, by the way. That was my timer. What you would do is you would want to do, hey, you would want to get on a 3-way call. That's too much pressure for a new consultant to get people together to talk about the business. That's our job.
Because I have people, and I even coach out in my team, I give them the verbiage, but I know for a fact I have people that are looking at me in a pipe dream sense, that they want what I have, they want the lifestyle that I have. Not that I'm saying it's anything, but to me it's everything. So to them particularly, it's like, wow, but how do I get from here to there when their message isn't the greatest? Like there's so much fear and hesitation. All I need them to do is put bums on seats because I know that they'll be preferred clients. I know people will see value, but it's getting them there that I struggle with.
Okay. So what I would suggest is that you do the calling with them, is that you get them together. either on a Zoom, I've done this before, on a Zoom or next to you, and you go, okay, who's the first person you're going to call? All right, tell me about that person. You role play it, they pick up the phone, they walk out, they go call. I don't sit there next to them, or I walk out. Okay, usually I'll walk out. And I'll go, okay, and they make that call. Now, if they get one, we go, woohoo, you got somebody coming. If they don't, I'm there to pick them up. It's okay, we get that. Who's the next person? And that's what I would do for that. That is so good. That's that role playing. That's that, hey, you're in business, we're in business together. It's your own business, but we're in business together. And it's a lot more fun. We know that. I remember going to workshops with Jody. You know, that was many years ago. And, you know, it's just more fun together. And we would do it for a long time. And then when she told me to bug her off, I'm just like, oh, you know, but hello, you know, but that's what I would recommend. I would be there. I would make the calls right there with them and help them. Is that good? Does that answer your question, Alana?
Yeah, I guess in pushing just a little bit more, Matt, and if they haven't tried the product or have tried the product and I need that group presentation feeling, but they're not in the business yet, the ability to make calls would be a little bit hard, like that three-way. That's the only thing, maybe just getting them hooked on the product. Yep,
you could do that. The other thing is we're not in the convincing business.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So if they're going to keep pushing, okay, fine.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they've got to want to do this.
Yeah,
they're going to be scared out of their mind. We all were scared out of our mind, and we all have days where we're still scared out of our mind, or that negative voice comes in. And I think that's the thing that we have to relate to them. Is the fact is that you don't all have to look like a Barbie doll. You don't all have to look like you know what skincare is about. I mean, I think it's great to show up in a ball cap sometimes, or have, you know, that's real. And people that are, you know, had, you know, you were Jody show up, and I mean, I would have been intimidated on my head, you know. Thank goodness, no, the gal, you know what I mean. But I mean, I think we need to make sure that we're real, and that we do days that we think, you know, bad days too. But hey, I kept going because I wanted to be where I am now, and I'm still going because I got places to go.
Yeah. It's
just like going to the gym. You know, you want to be in shape. Well, you got to get in the gym if you want to get in shape.
Yeah. Amen.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you for being